Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 104 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage is not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And they'll run it here. Dances by him. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for the Ravens. 47 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now a carry for Mack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And they'll go on the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st down. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now a give to Collins. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 3-0 is our score. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Play action. Now Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation,
first half,
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Collins, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible to something a little more advantageous.
On the right side, this is Miller. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This is Collins on the handoff. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. They pitch it out to Collins. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball run free and brings up 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 54 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's second down. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. On second down, here's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Trubisky now to throw on third down. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And a hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on first down. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down at the 28. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Matt Breida, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is taken at his 4. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it. That should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On second down, Trubisky. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 All right, now, look at 56.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Over.
Back to throw now on first down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, is one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
180.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And that is incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And now here come the Ravens. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Back to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And on the ground they go with the running back. And some space here. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! Detroit!
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
No, check, Patriot!
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. There's the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, Trubisky firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's into the clear. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now it's Trubisky. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Alex Collins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilkins. And he coughed it up. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth.
Set up! 180!
following the fumble recovery. It's Trubisky. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Throwing here, Trubisky. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Ravens have got it.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It's a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going for the deep ball. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Lucky 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going up top. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week, as he's got a 1st down as well. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens will add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah,
Still first
offsides,
down.
easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And
all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fella's got the memo. and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Ravens, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Chicago,